G'day. Just want to let you know about my new book that is actually released today called Illuminating Cinema, The Art of Cinematic Lighting and Visual Style. And here it is, all 220 pages of it. This is my paperback proof copy. I've been working on this for a while, and Illuminating Cinema is unlike any cinematography book you've read before. It's based on 40 years of leading lighting workshops all over the world for people like Arri, Apple, Sony, Panasonic, and the main photographic workshops, as many of you will know me from. When I was doing those workshops, there were two questions that always came up. One, how do you visualize a script when you read it? And number two, when you walk into a dark studio, where do you start? And I realized early on that teaching people about light units and where to put them was not going to help solve those problems. One of the key parts of my workshops was having you ask, who am I as a visual artist? And once I started talking about developing your visual style and developing your own POV, it was like a switch got thrown and suddenly everything became clear. So the answer is, where do you start? It's your POV, your point of view, how you see the world. You start by drawing on your experience, not on some 3-point lighting diagram or a fancy new light that you just saw at NAB. You need to know who you are as an artist, and that's where you start. And this book takes that approach. I look at the way the master painters like Rembrandt, Caravaggio, Turner, Constable, Bierstadt, and Wyeth saw the world. I then break down their approach into bite-sized chunks, looking at the way they represent light, the way they represent shade, their use of texture, their brush strokes, and their interpretation of the weather, or climate, whatever it was, and then use that as the basis to build a visual style. Now, I take all that and then I relate it to several films looking at the way the DPs translated the works of master painters into their lighting. And I'm not saying that these are the painters that you should follow, because you'll have your own likes and dislikes. But this book is really more as a roadmap or a guide to help you look at and analyze the world around you, and from that discover who you are as a visual artist, and then build your own POV and your own visual style. And once you've done that, you'll know where to start. It's a different approach. You really don't need to spend hours doing courses or learning someone else's way of lighting or their box of tricks. Those things are necessary, but more important, you need to understand what you like, and just as important, what you don't like, so you develop your own POV and visual style, and from that you can light anything, anywhere, anytime. Illuminating Cinema gives you a roadmap to enable that, and it takes an approach unlike any other books on cinematography. It's available now as an ebook, a paperback, or a hardcover on Amazon, and it's soon going to be available on Apple Books. So grab a copy today or pass it on, because it would make a fantastic gift for anyone who's even remotely interested in cinematic lighting.